Hi friends, it's me, your pal Bill Savely with Savage's Disc Golf. We're here. Here we are. It is an absolute lovely day here in the Chicagoland area. As you can tell, the skies are overcast, gray, threatening, a little bit of drizzle here. The field is wet, but I came out here to do a field test session because I just wanted to throw some discs and get some field work in rather than actually play around. I've got some things going on today, so this is where I'm at. I have a red bucket set up 200 feet from where I will throw. So I'm just gonna throw some accuracy shots, try to see if I can get as close to the red bucket as humanly possible. And then of course with some of my more further flying discs, I will go all the way out and try to land onto the baseball diamond. The baseball diamond from where I'll be launching is roughly 220 feet. So we'll see what I can get. The wind is varying from a crosswind to sometimes a cross headwind. So we're gonna actually have to deal with that as well. So let's get to it. And like I said, there is a red bucket out there. We're gonna try to get as close to that red bucket as possible. Well, I'm not sure if you can see this, but most of my shorter discs, the Envy, the Hex, all here. Range was over here. I'm probably out of focus, but it was maybe 15 feet there. That's not really supposed to go that far anyways. The Boca, interesting. My Boca landed here, but my Judge landed there. Zone landed there. Boca is a 7-speed, Judge is a 2-speed. 7-speed fairway driver and putter. All mental. I can still throw the Judge with not only accuracy, but distance. So I think to myself, should I be throwing more putters and not necessarily worrying about the big guns? Because the zone was close. Obviously the Boca was close. The judge was money, as it always is. And then here, I got a hold of that detour, and because it's understable, it flipped and went over. Another money disc, the Leopard 3. The Leopard 3 is money, very close to the bucket. My trail landed over here. The Valkyrie went further, but again, over too far to the left because I didn't release it on the right angle. The Sphinx, very nice disc, just a little long, but I figured it would go long as it's a 9-speed. And then you remember that Mamba went all the way over this way, which on hole number 1 here at Proxa would be an absolutely phenomenal drive from the tee pad because of the way the trees are oriented. And you want to stay a little bit over to the right for lining up your second shot. You don't want to be over here on the left off of the tee on 1. So what do? Do we set everything up again and throw another round of these at 200 feet? Or do we throw some on 1? We're going another round of just field work. So starting off with the judge. The Mamba is money. Money. Still through that judge. 205 feet, 210 feet. You could tell which one of those shots did better than the others, and I think you're gonna know exactly why some of them did better than the others. Some of the shots I just wasn't lined up the right way. I had a different release, but mostly it's my form. If I dip my shoulder down this way, I already am throwing on an angle like this to where the disc comes out this way, and it's gonna dive to the left. But if I keep my elbow up and I come across and I release here, well, the disc comes out flatter, and it's got a better opportunity, especially if it's a little nose down, to cut through and carry and go. So we're just gonna throw a couple of holes out here before the weather gets too bad. So I'm going to try the Mamba and the Sphinx, because of course, even though I threw the Judge really nicely and straight and accurate, I just can't get it through my dumb head that, hey, maybe for consistency, you throw the Judge off of hole number 1. So we're gonna go Sphinx first. Perfect. Perfectly nailed that tree, dead center. This is the only par 4 on the course, so you want to get down there. That'll play, and I took less off of that shot so that my form stayed straight and more consistent. I tried to kill that Sphinx and I nailed the tree, but I slowed it down a little bit more and focused on my form. And yeah, the wind took that Mamba all over the place, but it still gives me a better opportunity for this second shot. You can see that this is a much better location for the second shot as opposed to being right behind a tree. My shoes untied. We must always think of safety first. So on this hole, I'm throwing a range. Range is going to give me some reliable flight, but then also it's not going to skip as much. Want to get close so I can get this guaranteed birdie. Just like that. So nice. It's a beautiful way to start if you're starting on hole number 1 in the league, setting yourself up nice and getting that pretty much guaranteed birdie, because that's going to set you up for an amazing round. And talking about amazing rounds, let me tell you about the glow round I had. Super quick. It was here at Proxa, and the weather was absolutely perfect. I just felt great. Started on hole 1, got the birdie on 1. I got a bunch of birdies, and I think I stayed clean. Clean card, no bogeys. So I shot 10 under par in the league. I set my goal. Remember, I said that's what I wanted to do. So no bogeys, I stayed focused. I capitalized on the birdies that were there for me, made some good putts, and honestly, there were 2 putts that I missed. So woulda, coulda, shoulda, 12 under, definitely within my reach, but I personally would have to put together an absolutely perfect round for me to have that happen, and someday it will happen. So the next goal is 12 under, and then after that, 15. But let's play hole number 2. Hole number 2 is 214 feet. It's not very far. And for some reason, I never paid attention to actually how far it is. And I was always throwing the Valkyrie on a big hyzer line to skip in behind those trees and get close to the basket. Well, when that happens, you're flirting with disaster on out of bounds on that cart path, because, well, it just so happens that way when you're throwing that big hyzer line. So I've been playing with a group of guys who pretty much just shoot up the middle. They throw putters straight up the middle. And you just saw I was throwing 200 feet with the putter. So why not try 200 feet with the putter? Because I'm at 214. So off the top, let's throw the Judge. Nope. Not as bad as I thought it would be, but it wasn't where I wanted it to go. So now we're gonna throw the bokeh on that hyzer line. Nope, didn't get it. Hit that tree, hit something, just stop. Nope, and I'm out of bounds. See what I mean? That's what happens. So we'll go judge again. Much better. And this is a tale of two strategies. Strategy number one, you throw a reliable straight flying disc with little or no leeway, right or left, and you land here, or you throw a controlled driver because you try to get the hyzer line and you miss your gap and it skips and rolls and you're out of bounds. So here I'm laying one, there I'm already laying two, putting for par, but here I've got a chance at birdie. So this was the first shot I threw for birdie. Right? Big difference. I'm not so sure I'm gonna make that par putt, but I made that birdie putt. I at least gave myself a chance. And if I miss from here, well, that's just dumb. So right then and there, that's a smarter play for me. Got a birdie on this hole as opposed to possibly a par, guaranteed a bogey. So I've set myself up for success by switching to the judge, which is what I think I'm gonna do in the league from now on. We are skipping around. We're basically done. I'm gonna go home because number one, there are a lot of people walking through the park here. For me, there's a lot of people walking through the park here. They're cleaning up a lot of the debris from the storms that we had yesterday. And there's a guy out here just kind of playing willy-nilly. And somehow I've run into him twice, but I haven't skipped any holes until now. Either way, this is hole number 9. Normally my play is rip a hyzer, try to hit that gap and have it land in. However, again, that out of bounds is always there. And I play with guys in the league that throw putters on hole number 9 because it's 239 feet. Now, can I throw a putter 239 feet? Probably not, but do I want out of bounds or do I want a guarantee? So I'm gonna throw the Sphinx because it's understable first, but then I'm gonna throw that putter to see where we land. I want to hit that gap there. That gap there on not too much of a hyzer so that it just kind of slightly fades in. And the disaster here is out of bounds in this tree. So just like in golf, I like to tee up towards trouble to keep my angle away from it. Slight headwind, right to left, but we're gonna give this a shot. Remember, don't try to kill it. Good snap, that might not be far enough, but it gives me a shot. Actually a really good shot. Well, let's try the judge right up the middle. Not nearly as far. The issue I face here is, do I throw a putter off the tee to try to stay straight, but I'm so far that I don't have a par putt. I don't have anything. So this takes me out of contention. Let's try forehand just for giggles. I'm basically still not far enough to where my tee shot is. So my second shot with the judge landed here. So I have this for par. See the wind? And now I'm out of bounds. Or I have my drive. The Sphinx is here. For birdie. Decisions. back in the car. Little slight field session. I think I threw maybe 15 discs. You can see the form is still all over the place. I have to really focus and think about it in order for it to right itself. Played a couple of holes here at Proxi. I played hole number 1, hole number 2, and then I jumped to hole number 9 because there's just a lot of activity in the park now at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday. Really trying to wrap my head around the fact that it's whatever. I need to stay positive. What did I learn today? Form. Slow is smooth, smooth is far. Different strategies on the course, as you saw. But I also wanted to talk about the Flex event that I went to unexpectedly. So we had the big Disc Glow League Thursday night, and I shot 10 under par, and I thought to myself, man, I feel great. I want to go out and play again. And I had wanted to go to Delwood before I go back to school. So I go to Delwood and I show up, and it's early, but the parking lot is full. The pro shop is full. And I'm thinking to myself, what's going on? So I walk in and I see a guy that I know, and he goes, hey, you playing the Flex? I'm like, Flex? I didn't know there was a Flex today. He says, well, you're playing it now. And I go in and I talk to Sheila and Sean in the shop, have some conversations with both of them. And then I waited because there was one other guy who was waiting to get on a card. We waited 45 minutes. 3 people came up, so we went out as a fivesome. We played the OG white tees to the B pins. A moderate course in terms of difficulty according to UDisc. So I thought to myself, I played so well Thursday. Let's see where we're at here right now. And I shot 2 over par. And I thought to myself, that's going to be a really good round. I mean, 2 over par, this is good. I felt pretty good. Now, there were probably 4 tee shots I would have liked to have had back. And I think 4 putts I would have liked to have had back. Could I have shot even? Maybe. On a great day, I could have shot 2 under. But 2 over, I was actually okay. And then when the dust settled and the Flex was over, my round rating was 831. So statistically speaking, right at my level currently. So I was a bit discouraged. Still a bit discouraged about that. But plenty of opportunities. And I'm just very grateful that I'm still able to play this sport at this level at my age. So that's a positive, right? And I'm able to come out here and do some field work. Don't know what the league holds for us this week. Will it be Wednesday? Will it be Thursday? Will it be both days? A number of the people in the league are actually going to the big tournament in Peoria, myself included. Going to be spectator for myself, visit the pro shops, try to see some of the pros. And then I don't know. I'm going to have to start scrambling and getting ready to go back to work because the next school session is coming up. I have to work at a high school. That's that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing. Nobody shares. Why do you say thanks for sharing if nobody shares? Because I'm hoping one day somebody will share this video or any videos. It doesn't matter. I just do this for fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.